What's up, everyone? Dalton Hopkins from Frontstretch.com, and for the fourth night in a row, I am flanked by the one and only Michael Massie, and we are here live at Daytona International Speedway once again. We have just completed the NASCAR Xfinity Series race here tonight. Well, maybe not just. That wrapped up about 2 hours ago. But it is about 10:30 at night here at Daytona. It's quiet. It's quiet right now. But it certainly wasn't a few hours ago, and it certainly won't be tomorrow in the afternoon. But let's talk about today. Let's talk about what happened today. We had two races today. That is the Extraordinare Series race that occurred in the afternoon. Of course, as Butterbean, Brandon Queen ends up getting his win at the Extraordinare Series level, winning in the number 28 car, I believe, and comes into the media center. He's all hyped up and everything, and it's a great story, but a lot of other things happen behind him, Massie.
Yeah, well, first off, there's a lot of wrecking. I mean, a lot of wrecking. I spent an hour at the care center just getting interviews with all the myriad of drivers there. But the guy pushing, think about this. The Butterbean Queen is just a good old boy from, like, the Williamsburg area, Virginia. I think he's Chesapeake is what he considers his hometown. And he's getting pushed by a four-time Indy 500 champion, Helio Castroneves, to win the race. Helio comes home fifth, got wrecked across the line. You could tell us more about that than getting pushed across the line. But, yeah, just really cool just to see how Butterbean has become like this grassroots folk hero of sorts. And now he's gone from winning on the short tracks to winning here at the World Center of Racing with the guy who's won the other really famous American race, pushing him from behind. So it was a weird thing of worlds colliding, and it was fun to watch.
It's so strange watching Helio Castroneves complete in the Extraordinare Series level. That was so strange, especially after he wrecked 3 times, and he still finished in the top 5. And then he wrecked again across the line. He got pushed. He got shoved by A.J. Moyer. At the end, A.J. Moyer said his radio was off. His radio didn't work anymore, so he didn't even know it was the last lap. He didn't even know it was a checkered. He hit Helio Castroneves, and Castroneves caused this huge crash afterward. But, well,
they call that checkers and wreckers.
Checkers and wreckers. I call that Extraordinare Series racing. So, ARCA going to be ARCA. But let's talk about what happened a couple hours after that. We were both pretty exhausted by this point, but naturally got into the NASCAR Xfinity Series race, and then Jesse Love wins that race as well, but some stories behind him, and that is, of course, one of them being who finished also in the top 5, a pair of teammates.
Yes, obviously, it's well publicized last year. Stewart Haas Racing, they shut down, and we kind of saw Gene Haas, Joe Custer, the team president, those guys kind of scrapped together the remains of it to form Haas Factory Team. I think a lot of people were thinking, like, it's going to be kind of a shell of what Stewart Haas was. They weren't going to do anything. They come out here, they get new drivers and, a couple of veterans in the Xfinity Series, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer. They've been around this series, a time or two, and they finished second and third at Daytona. And it was just like a big like, hey, we're still here. We're still competing for wins and looking to do something this year. I talked to Joe Custer afterwards. He was fired up about all of it, and so were both of the drivers. And for Mayer, that was his first top 10 finish here. He finished second. He was like, he said, every time we're here, I expect to leave on a gurney or something, because he's just been caught up in so many wrecks here. He comes home second. Sheldon Creed, another deal where he was close to winning a race, but couldn't. But I mean, those guys, they did the best they could, but those cars had nothing on that RCR, on those RCR engines. Those cars are just so fast. And I think that leads us to the next point.
They are the top dog, and you know who was the top dog here tonight was, yes, it was your pick from last night. Austin Hill swept both of the first 2 stages, led a race high of 56 laps throughout the night, and then unfortunately, right at the end of stage 2, ended up smelling something wrong in the car and had brought it down to pit road, and after a few attempts of getting it back on the track and coming back down pit road, they had to retire the car. It turns out it was a rear end failure, a gear failure on their end. So Austin Hill did not win 4 in a row, matching Tony Stewart's record and getting closer to Dale Earnhardt's record of 5. 4 in a row spring races at Daytona, that is. So unfortunately, that ends for him. RCR streak's still alive, though. Jesse Love, his teammate, ends up winning. So we have an article up on Frontstretch.com up there. We also have another article written by this guy right here for the Haas Factory team. Dual double top 5. You can read about what those 2 drivers had to say or watch it on YouTube. But I think now that's going to lead us into the big story, right? The big kahuna of the whole week. The whole reason why Speed Weeks exists. The Daytona 500. It's tomorrow. It's happening. We're less than 24 hours away from the green flag of the great American race here at Daytona International Speedway. The electricity, it's like still here. It's already here, right? You can already kind of feel it. We're just one sleep away. We're going to get here tomorrow morning, so we're going to wrap this up really fast because we got to get back to where we're sleeping and get some sleep as soon as possible because we got to get here tomorrow morning early. But let's give our picks really fast. Michael Massie, who wins the Daytona 500 tomorrow?
I like what I saw Thursday night. The guy that thought he won and until he didn't. And it'd be perfect redemption for him to actually win it. Be perfect to see a legendary car back in victory lane where it's won so many times in the Daytona 500. Eric Jones in the legendary number 43 car. Richard Petty won 7 of these. Eric Jones is going to win his first.
Can you imagine if the number 43 wins the Daytona 500? When was the last time that happened? It had to have been Richard Petty, right?
Probably the 79.
79.
81, I think.
Yeah, 81. Yeah, it was early 80s. Like, it's been, oh my gosh. That'll be a story. And again, Jimmy Johnson as a team owner winning the Daytona 500. How about that? Oh my gosh, that'd be such an incredible story. But you know what else I think would be an incredible story? Picture it. Coming off of turn 4, Mike Joy, the announcer, he's excited. All the announcers are excited, as much as Fox Sports announcers can be. Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer flanked by him, but Mike Joy brings him home, and he says, 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Kyle Busch wins the Daytona 500. It's finally happening. It's happening tomorrow. I can feel it. RCR is going to win tonight. He's going to win tomorrow as well with Kyle Busch, and just like Dale Earnhardt did, what was it? Just like Dale Earnhardt did all those years ago back in 1998, he's going to do it with Richard Childress Racing and finally get that damn monkey off his back, just like Dale Earnhardt did all those years ago. Well, that's my pick. He picked Eric Jones, but we don't really. It's going to be a wild one. I mean, honestly, we're pretty much 0 for 0. We're 0 for what is it, 6 now for picks. So it's not going well for us. But who knows? That could change tomorrow night. So I'm Dalton Hopkins. This is Michael Massie. Thank you for watching once again. Thank you for continuing to follow our coverage here at Speed Weeks. We're almost done. Day 4 is complete. We have one more big day, the biggest day, the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. Keep following our coverage at frontstretch.com and our social media channels. And we'll see you tomorrow here at Daytona International Speedway.
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code FRONTSTRETCH to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay rewarded.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.